Right guys, it's time again for another reveal. I know you'll be saying, Dan, you've had so many cars lately, we can't keep up, blah blah blah. Trust us, this is just the way things have gone. I have not been actively looking for vehicles. Like I mentioned, the Fusion was something I took on with a good family / friend member. Anything else I've had, the CHR, again, that's the lady who's been a customer of ours for over 30 years. I got the CHR, who I bought me ML off, who also I store me cars at her garage, which you've seen me Mercedes. So there's for that. Anyway, I just thought I'd put that bit in. And obviously it's part of the guy who's bought the CHR, a good customer of ours, and we've serviced this car for a long time. I couldn't say no to this car when he offered us it as part of a deal of buying a CHR. So let's yap. What is it? It's a 4-wheel drive. It's a petrol. CVT automatic. Any ideas? And you know the kind of cars that I pick. Unsure of my decision on this one, which I'll ask you later what you think, because it's either this, I keep it, or the Altea has to go. I'll keep the Altea and sell this one. To be quite honest, I don't want to sell either of them, but while I've already got the ML, the ZX and the van, I can't afford to have another car. I don't need it. So what have I bought? A late 2009 facelifted new shape RAV4. New to me anyways. I know clearly there's a lot more newer ones, but this newer facelift version, it actually wasn't a facelift, it was quite a big redesign of everything on it. But this is the XTR spec, which is the top of the range. The petrol, the 2-litre ValveMatic. And I know you're all straight away getting attracted to that. Bear with us. It's got the original stainless steel Toyota exhaust, which never ever rust. And this is just some chippy little piece that's been put on the end, so that will be getting removed. The end of the exhaust, it is actually still running, it's still in there, so that will definitely be coming off, so don't panic, that won't be there for long. So yeah, top of the range. So what do you get with top of the range? First up, factory fitted tinted windows, love it. We also get, again, keyless entry, proper keyless entry this is, so you can walk up to the car and you only need that in your pocket, and you can do everything from starting the engine to locking the doors. So naturally I would have to switch it off because I've got it running. So when you leave the car, you just press this black button, doors locked, walk away from it, job done. You walk up to it, you don't touch anything. There's a sensor behind the handle. If you watch the mirror, I'll just dip my hand in there, unlocked. That's all I did, didn't press the button or nothing. So it's a full keyless entry with push button start, which I'll show you inside later. So yeah, the XTR 2-litre ValveMatic, 155 brake. You also, with it being the top of the range one, you get all this extra spoiler at the back. You also get full LED rear lights, which I'll put on. It may come across as flickering on the camera because obviously of the lens adjustment. See there, your LEDs, factory fitted ones, and obviously they also become your stop lights as well. Something else I love about this as well is the side opening. I know you'll say they're awkward in car parks. They're not when you've got dogs. Perfectly fine for me because I never really park in busy car parks. So therefore you get the fully opening back end. Hasn't got the retro spare wheel on it, but I think they were removed for various reasons. Doesn't bother me. But nice big boot with all this extra bit on. Would be the top of the range, the RAV4, and the guy who owned it also added this stainless steel bit for the dog scratching it. But when you get in here, you've got, again, to get the back seats down, nice remote handles, so you don't have to reach over. Parcel shelf, absolutely immaculate. I really can't complain. A nice size boot as well. Factory fitted parking sensors. So down here. And I think they're a really smart looking car. Probably one of my favourites. I wasn't keen of the ones before this. The one after was okay. Don't ask the mark numbers because I can't remember, but I do like this one. It's just enough but not too much. Again, with it being the top spec one, you've got the LED indicators as well as these are electric folding mirrors. Around the front, you've got all the usual extras, front fogs, projector headlamps, the nice chrome kit with the chrome on the grille. I'm really happy with it. And just by that tyre sticking out like that, it's got 4 brand spanking new tyres, brand spankers, all 4, happy days, as well as all new brakes, which were done not too long ago. We've worked on this car, so every year it's had the Toyota parts fitted. We'll open the bonnet, I'll show you. There's no rust on this car whatsoever because it's been wax oiled over the last kind of, I believe the guy had it since about 15 or 16, and he's had it wax oiled twice, fully wax oiled, clear coated wax oil, not the black clag. And under here you've got your lovely, nice and simple 2 litre ValveMatic, which never ever go wrong. Regularly check the oil on them, that's about all you need to do. The diesels in these, the 2.2, the 2AD engines suffer terrible head gasket problems, injector problems, you name it, and that's not a good thing for a Toyota. But with these petrol ones, trust us, it's worth the little bit extra you'll put in for fuel. Nice and clean under here, lovely and simple to work on. CVT automatic gearbox, which I'll get to when we're in the car. Shut that bonnet. But yeah, what do you think up to now? I really like it, really like it. We'll have a quick look around the back and the passenger side. Immaculate in the back seats are barely really being used, to be quite honest. Is that an armrest or something there? I think you've got to pull that up to pull that down. It has got an armrest. I will say, not the most comfortable car to sit in the middle. I did sit in the middle on one of these for quite a distance, and it's not nice. They have made it a bit, it's more of a 4-seater, but it is obviously got the full seat belt which goes down from the roof to there. Obviously 4 electric windows. And we'll go around, show you the other side. These rear arches which can rot, it's absolutely nothing, perfect. But yeah, clean as it needs to be. I've never even had to really take anything to it to wash it or nothing. So yeah, just a really nice place. I love this little kind of thing that you pull across and then comes back down. I love that. Obviously you've got your standard glove box and the underseat storage. Some do, some don't. But yeah, like I said, I barely even need to take a hoover or anything to this. He's got it lovely. But I do like the keyless entry on these Toyotas, I will say. It's much better than the Renault idea as a right pin. So like I say, I've got this key in my pocket now, so we'll just go inside and I'll show you some of the spec inside. So, once we're in, we don't need, that key is still in my pocket there. And all you got to do, put your foot on the brake, start it up. It's got the full digital dash. Well, not full digital dash, but you know what I mean. And there we go, 94,000 mile, low for one of these. Obviously with it being the auto, it's also Tiptronic, up and down on there. Or you've got your flappy panel on the steering wheel, which is nice to have actually. Put that back into park. So yeah, lovely kind of clear dashboard, which I like to see. But this being the XTR spec, you've got a lot more extras in here. So first up, you've got a light sensor, so it's got automatic lights. A rain sensor, so you've got automatic wipers. Remember, this is an 0959 plate car, guys. The sound system's the premium one, but also you've got your AUX, which is here, which is nice to have. I will say there's a really nice sound system in here, and I really do like this sort of brushed aluminium effect. It's actually stood the test of time quite nice, and again, nice, easy. A bit of a stretch though, if you're short, you've got to do a hell of a stretch over there to the hazard lights. This being the XDR, you get the lock and diff, centre lock and diff. Press that on, and you get your lock and diff. Even better than that, which a lot of four-wheel drive, like I've mentioned, my L200 didn't even have this hill descent. So you stick that on, and it will only work, if you look at flashes, it'll only work in reverse, or if you select drive in first. I'll knock that off. Switch it off on the button. That's that off. Switch the diff lock off. That's off. Like I've said, before anybody takes the piss, it isn't a flipping an Amazon Land Cruiser or something like that. But what it will do, it'll get you across a muddy field. It will get you up a muddy hill. It'll get you across gravel. And when it's snowy and icy, you'll be on your way while everybody's left there spinning their wheels in their regular cars. So there are actually, that is quite a lot of spec for a four-wheel drive of this category, small four-wheel drive. I personally think that's up there on the best I actually see on these. So what else have we got? And just in case you don't know what that is, hill descent. Basically, if you're on a very steep incline, you press that, and that applies the brakes to make you have a controlled descent, basically. So obviously we've got the push button start, which is obviously only on the XT spec. XTR, and you've got a whole host of like climate control settings. Working aircon, I will say, which is lovely to have. Some kind of filter zone, I don't even know what that means. Dual zone climate control displayed up here. Obviously automatic, all your different functions. Nice, big, chunky and easy to use. Quite a few buttons there, but all nicely big, up and down with a fan. Nice and easy to use, I like that. Further down, we've got just one stage heated seats, but nevertheless, nice and easy to use when you're driving. Right and left heated seats, and you've got your traction control there. As well as, like I showed you, the gear lever. Electric mirrors as well as electric folding mirrors. All working, which is nice to have. Like I said, it's just mountains of airbags in there. Further at the back, you do get a lot of safety with Toyotas, believe it or not. Again, a nice old-fashioned handbrake, which is nice to have. I hate them electronic things. Plenty of storage. Got wheel nuts in there. And yeah, like, yeah, obviously, yeah, dashboard illumination, headlamp leveling, but a sport button as well. And believe it or not, it really does wake itself up a bit when you use the sport function. 4 electric windows, cruise control, as you can see up there. Nice feature, because not many Toyotas have cruise. They're quite tight on the cruise control. On the older Toyota specs, you only ever get cruise control on the top of the range. All the rest of it, you don't get it, which is really annoying to say. Like Mondeos, for example, even bottom of the range, come with it standard. Apart from one of them, the Mistral, no idea why. But yeah, so again, back to the wheel, cruise control, flappy panels. You've got your Bluetooth, your display, volume for the radio. It's just, you know, your basic Toyota kind of stuff. It's just great. The driver's seat is all electronic. Fully electronic, which is nice to have. Again, airbags even in the seats. I think I've said there, all-wheel drive, XDR, top of the range, the one you want, basically. And I will say, I do like this sort of brushed stainless steel and all the pimpled sort of rubber leather. And the seats are a really nice quality of leather as well. It smells nice in here. Auto dip dim mirror with the light sensor in. And no doubt you'll have your light, which it has, for the illumination. So, that's the majority of the stuff on it. I've got all the history for it. We've worked on it using Toyota parts for God knows how long. The main question is, what do I do with it? Do I keep it? Do I sell it? I don't know. Because to keep it, I'm going to have to let the Altea go. And I'm quite fond of that car, and it doesn't owe us a lot of money. Because now, the 1st of March is tomorrow, the ML's coming back on the road, the ZX is coming back on the road, I've still got my little van, so therefore, and I'll have the Altea and this. Yeah, I could sell the Altea and I've got this, but this is higher tax than the Altea. So it means I've got 2 higher tax vehicles to pay, which is the ML and this. This I would replace it for the Altea and have it as me daily, but in fairness, I'm then not going to have a diesel, which I would prefer to have the diesel for the longer journeys. But then again, I would love to have this, having me heated seats for the winter, 4-wheel drive for the winter. I do like an automatic, I will say. So I'm in a bit of a puzzle here, and I'm going to think about it. And what I am actually thinking about doing tonight is sawing the Altea and using this for a month, and then make a decision from there and see what we do. But please leave your comments below. Shall I keep it? Shall I move it on? I don't know. But again, as part of the deal for the CHR, I've took this car for customer. So at the end of the day, I don't really need to be too particular on what I do, because I can just park it up and leave it somewhere until I make a decision. I just need to work out exactly the ins and outs of what I do with it. I really know I would like to keep it over the Altea. Main thing for me coming up to the summer is the aircon works on this, and it doesn't on any other car in my fleet. So it would be nice to have this with the aircon, but at the same time, it's the fact of what the Altea's worth and trying to sell it. It's got high miles, you know, like 170,000. So I'm just debating what to do, guys. I don't know. So I am going to think about it. But this car's had everything: new tyres, new wipers, fully serviced, MOT till end of the year, I think. Wax oiled. It does everything, ticks all the boxes. Holly would love to have it. And that's the other thing I was going to do, give Holly this or the Altea and sell her Astra. Don't know. You guys tell me. Would any of you guys like to buy this? Let us know. Or would any of you guys like to buy the Altea? Would any of you guys like to buy the Holly's Astra? Let us know. But I'm going to leave that there. Let us know your thoughts on it. And I will do other update videos on this. The first thing I am doing on it, probably now, after this video, is I'm going to get the little angle grinder and cut that horrible rusty tip off the exhaust, which is awful. So, if there's anything you think I should do to it, keep it, not, I don't know. Let me know. That's what the channel's for. So if you haven't already done so, hit the like. Even if you don't like the car, hit the like. It helps the channel. Leave a comment. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next video.